Hey there YouTubers, today I'm finally going to go ahead and fix my bathroom sink clog issue. It has been slowly getting worse and worse, and for the last couple of months it has become very unbearable. It gets filled up and takes forever for the water to fully drain. There are a few things I know I'm going to need right off the bat. Lots of towels, buckets, and a bunch of household hand tools. Okay, so let's go ahead and go under the sink and take a look at what we're dealing with. It's just a basic, straightforward bathroom sink. The first thing I want to do is put a bucket down here to catch water and gunk. Okay, let's go ahead and start by removing the trap. There will definitely be water in there, so I'm going to make sure I direct the water into the bucket. When you remove these dirty parts out, have another bucket nearby to put them into. Next up, I'm going to loosen and detach the lifting rod assembly from the main waste water pipe. With that out of the way, we can start loosening the lock nut. Let's go ahead and also remove the stopper. It's got so much nasty gunk stuck on it. So here's the problem at this point. The flange at the top does not want to unscrew from the tail piece. It's stuck. I'm going to lock one of the pliers onto the lock nut below. And the other one, I'm going to lock that one on the top side where the flange is. Now I can go ahead and use these two pliers to gain some leverage and force the two pieces to unscrew from each other. And now that I got it loose, I can go ahead and use my hand the rest of the way. Check out all this nasty gunk built up in here from over the years. All of this needs to get cleaned out. Using towels like this, I can clear out most of the gunk. Also, let's not forget to clean the bottom side too, or else we will not get a good seal later on. Here are all the old parts that I removed. They are in a real bad shape. I'm just going to throw them away rather than reuse them. However, the trap and the other plastic pieces don't look too bad. I can clean these up and just reuse them. There are a lot of options at my local home improvement store, ranging from cheap plastic parts to all metal parts. Since I'm planning to do a full bathroom renovation soon, I'll just go with the cheapest parts for now. It should include everything I need to put it all back together again. Alright, here are the new parts. It's the correct size and everything. It even comes with the new stopper and lift rod assembly. I'm going to go ahead and remove the old lift rod assembly. I'll go ahead and remove the old rod handle and use the new one that's included. I'm going to go ahead and separate the flange from the tailpiece. I had some extra plumber's putty on hand. I'm going to go ahead and grab some of that for this setup. We need to mold it into a nice long shape so that we can wrap it around the bottom side of the flange, nice and evenly. We need to make sure we got a good amount of putty on this. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use one hand to position the tailpiece from underneath, and my other hand to screw the flange onto it from the top. Once I got it as far as it can go by hand, we will go ahead and use the lock nut to tighten it the rest of the way. I use a wrench to make sure it is nice and tight. The putty should be squeezing out from the top. Let's go ahead and throw away the extra putty that's squeezed out from the top. Make sure it's squeezed out nice and evenly and that there's no empty gaps. Here's a new lift rod and handle. We want to also put in the new stopper and make sure it's rotated to the correct orientation. Next, let's go ahead and attach the lift rod assembly. Here I'm assembling and prepping the pivot rod. Let's go ahead and attach the pivot rod to the rest of the lift rod assembly. I'll go ahead and hand tighten the pivot nut onto the tailpiece. There's a rubber O-ring inside that should stop water from leaking out. I want to go ahead and use a screwdriver to really tighten the lift rod extension so that it doesn't slide out over time. Alright, let's go ahead and test it. We can make minor adjustments until it feels just right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and reconnect the trap assembly to the tailpiece now. I'm using all the existing parts since they were in good condition. And that's it, we are done, but we really should make sure we test it out for leaks. Let's put a bucket underneath to catch any leaks and run the water for a while. I'm going to get in there and feel all the pipes and parts for any wet areas. Okay, Now one more very important thing. Let's put this smart leak detector down here. This will let me know if I ever get a leak. I really love this product from Xsense. I have these leak detectors all over my house and they have saved my butt many times. I bought this with my own money and they are not sponsoring this video. I genuinely love this product and recommend it. If you use the link in the description to buy them, I'll be getting a little something back and you'll be supporting my channel. Anyway, thanks for watching and I hope you found my video informative.